Hey everybody, it's Gerald here, the Urban Alchemist. I hope you're having a wonderful hump day Wednesday today. I just want to let everybody know that I am still offering my services. I do general tarot readings, I do specific readings, I have oracle services as well. I also have a crystal ball divination, and I do consultations. So if you want to learn privately from me about tarot, how to read it, ask any questions, definitely use that service, 10 Minutes with Gerald. And share with your family and friends, please, y'all. I love talking to you all. And I always try to give you some substance to go away with. It's not just showing up just for the hell of it. Like, I try to give things that can really enhance and enrich your life. So hit me up. Y'all, today is a beautiful day. I'm walking around outside. It was hard to stay inside. So I said, let me get outside in nature and talk to my people. I don't really have a specific talk planned, so this is going to be kind of stream of consciousness. But thank you to all that join in every single day. Nicole, Courtney, April, Danielle, Sabrina every now and then. Thank you to all of you. And this journey has been so interesting, you all. It's just starting, and y'all look at these trees. They're so beautiful. Spring is here. It's been revealing so much to me, and especially in regard to like my limiting beliefs. I hate to say that term over and over again because it gets a bit cliche after a while, but it's peeling back the layers to my limiting beliefs and my core values as well. So, you grow up thinking things, and what you don't realize is that you're modeling stuff that's been taught to you. So you think they're your thoughts, your beliefs, or what you know to be true. And then when you go through this alchemical process, it's like that whole thing of learning, unlearning, and then relearning. Like, everything that you know, you have to call into question. These trees are so freaking beautiful, y'all. So that's what I'm kind of going through right now. And it's like through that process, you realize a lot of the beliefs and stuff were just handed to you. And then you have to question the values. The beauty of that is you get to learn stuff for yourself. And we do live in this infinite universe where it's like every truth is a half truth, y'all. That's from the Kabbalion. So the minute you accept one thing, you have to accept the opposite, because that's the totality of everything. So it's really interesting because I've been doing a lot of questioning lately, and it's funny because speaking to loved ones, my parents, I always am hesitant to say their names, I learned that a lot of the things that I was taught don't necessarily apply. And the things that they taught me, which they thought they're giving me their best or whatever, it was their limiting beliefs. And so it's that whole paradox thing. When you deal with stuff of a universal nature, you have to embrace paradox. And, it's like the opposites coinciding together, because they thought they were giving me their best, and in ways it was their worst. And those are both judgments, but it's like, who's to decide what's best and worst anyway? But it's like, in attempting to give me their best, they were giving me some of their worst limiting beliefs. But you could also say the opposite, and giving me their worst, they were giving me their best too. So it works both ways. But especially like for me, it comes to like matters of survival. I was always taught, or the general teaching was, to survive, you have to do A, B, and C. And now I'm learning that you have to do X, Y, and Z. And they taught me A, B, and C out of their understanding and their fears of the world, not like their most, we always talk about empowering versus disempowering. Not necessarily out of the most empowered model, not to say that it wasn't empowering, but like, yeah, it was like fear-based. And so now I'm learning to overcome those fears which were instilled in me because I'm an empowered individual. So there's no room for fear in an empowered individual. I mean, not to be ruled by it anyway. So yeah, paradox. And doing this type of journeying and learning, I'm learning to embrace, paradox of life and question everything, including like some of my most deeply held beliefs, some of my most foundational beliefs. And it's really a trip. It's a luxury to be able to do that for sure. But it's also, it's difficult and it's not. Crossing the street here. It's difficult and it's not. Like, things are only as difficult as you allow them to be. And because I'm facing those fears head on, it's like it's creating the space for them to be extracted. Getting comfortable with uncertainty is one thing that's not really promoted, I don't think, in our culture. I could be wrong, or at least I can say in my experience, let me just say that, but like, uncertainty, you all, is where you get the answers, it's where you discover things. It's like living in certainty keeps you limited in a way. It's keeping you in your comfort zone. And you never really explore the boundaries of anything. We're taught to fear wrong choices, failure, this, that, and the third. But y'all, if you don't ever push us to discover what that is, you'll never experience it and you'll live a limited life. So I'm kind of undoing all of that. And it's an interesting journey, you all. It's very, very interesting, to say the least. Another word for certainty is security. And why do we value security so much? Like, what does that give us? We know the old maxim, nothing venture, nothing gain, no risk, no reward. There's a certain amount of risk, which is healthy, you all. And certainty is an illusion. Anyway, because nothing in life is certain. Nothing is secure. There's always... They say the most secure place on earth is prison. And I don't think anybody wants to go there. And even that's insecure. Because what about all the people inside that, can... What if somebody stabs you one day, It's the most secure place and stuff still happens, There are prison guards that import drugs and shit like that, which totally goes against the values of that whole system. So anyway, I'm learning to embrace uncertainty and insecurity. And it's bringing out different qualities in me, which they've needed to come out for a long time. Like, I would not have imagined this is how they would come about. A lot of lessons that I thought I learned, I'm just now learning, which is interesting. But it's all good. It's really, really good. And like, if you look at it from a judgmental perspective, you can have a different experience of it. Like, I could look at my bank account right now and tell you all with judgment that I'm failing. I'm a failure. But my truth of the experience is that I am growing. I'm actually succeeding in ways that I have never succeeded before. And it's all a matter of perspective. But I think the trap for us people who are journeying is to have expectations and live in those expectations rather than just live in the experience of everything. All we have is this moment. all we have is ourselves at the end of the day. And if you are uncomfortable with that notion, you really need to check yourself, because you are in charge of your own life. You deal with the consequences. Other people can have opinions, that's their own right, but that has no bearing on you living your life and do what it takes to make you happy and to succeed in whatever terms that means for you. So, a little bit of what I'm experiencing. I'm learning new ways of being, because I got stuck in a really bad pattern. Based on assumptions and things that I was taught and beliefs. I got stuck in a really bad pattern and I suffered. And rather than be bold enough or brave enough to acknowledge that and to think independently, I just kept my head down and kept my nose to the grindstone. And y'all, if there's anything I can urge you not to do in life, it's don't do that. Don't keep your nose down. Don't keep your head down and keep your nose to the ground. Like, look up. Look up regularly. Look up often. That's the point of meditation. Get out of your own daily minutia. Transcend. Get a bird's eye view. And then act accordingly. Get in touch with your spirit. And let that lead you. Let your soul lead you. Don't let your boss lead you. Don't let your family lead you. Don't let your fears for your children lead you. Don't let your government lead you. Don't let anybody lead you. You lead you. You be in charge. And don't get stuck in patterns either, you all. Like, every day is a new opportunity to try something new. And if anybody ever tries to make you fear that, question it. Damn it. Question it. You can choose something new every day. You may have been doing something for 5, 10, 15 years that worked for you, and then you look up and the circumstances have changed. That means you need to adapt. You need to change. And you can anticipate change in life more readily than you can anticipate everything staying the same. Things are constantly changing. So be ready to adapt to the change. And that's the thing that we don't want to do as individuals. We like certainty. We like to know that things are going to be the way they've always been. We like to get into a groove. But, you know, if you want to really be fully self-actualized, you need to be adaptable and ready to make any changes necessary. That's what it means to be like, you know, when we talk about Philosopher's Stone and alchemy and the aqua vitae, that's what it is. It's like a substance that can make anything happen. It can work on any level. It's omnipresent, omniscient, omnipotent. So you don't need certain circumstances to thrive. You can thrive in any circumstances. And that comes about through alchemy. Comes about through transformation. If you're not willing to transform, you can't be that self-actualized divine spark of God. You can just be a slave, a servant, which are not bad things per se, but it's just not the most potent form of you. Like, when you have so much more potential, you'll be at the whim of whoever, whatever's mercy. And there's too much of that going on right now. It's a new era, y'all, and we're not taking it anymore. We need self-actualized human beings to change the planet, to change our environment, to change our families. So yeah, that's where we're headed. That's a little bit of what I'm learning. Let me know what you think below. Comment, subscribe, like. Can't wait to hear from you all. Have a wonderful day.